same, essentially legalizing prostitution. Joining me now, former prostitute Ashley Clark. All right, Ashley, how did you get in the game initially, so to speak?
Just voluntarily did. My first ever experience was when I was 12, and then it became a more constant thing when I was 14. It was immediately right after my rape when I was 14. So I guess I was just trying to seek validation through, other people, and I wasn't getting that validation at home.
Did you have a pimp who was running you?
I did not.
Okay. Because it looks like in Brooklyn, all of these women are being overseen by their pimps who just hang out by their vehicles just a couple feet away. We're seeing a lot of basic legalization just because they're not really going to enforce it in New York City and across the country. Do you think legalizing prostitution would help the women or not?
I do not. I think that it will do more harm than good.
Now, why is that? Because some argue, listen, this is capitalism. You're not locking up the women or anything like that. It would give them more credibility. You disagree with that? Why?
Well, I disagree because 9 times out of 10, these girls are forced into prostitution. We have girls that are coming up missing. They're raped on a day-to-day basis, and, they're even dying because of being forced into this lifestyle. And if this was legalized, then I truly believe the criminal activity of, the rapes and girls coming up missing and the killings would just increase.
So that's interesting. So you probably would believe that, and I would agree too, that once you remove law enforcement from the situation, the pimps are just going to be more emboldened, and they're going to run it more effectively and probably use more and more intimidation and violence because the profits are going to go up. How much profit do you see pimps taking from each score?
Well, from my day, 100%. They would take every last dime, and then they would give them a place to stay, some food on the table, clothes on their back, but they absolutely would take 100% of their earnings.
Wow. So it's like slavery, basically, and most of these women, you would say, are not doing this of their own volition. Is that your opinion?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So the people that think if they just legalize it, or like we're doing here in New York City, not enforce it, not lock anybody up, you think that's just extremely harmful to women. And it's ironic because a lot of these politicians claim to be on the side of women, but they're actually not on their side. Is that right?
Absolutely.
All right. Any advice for anybody in the business right now?
Yeah, try to find a new pathway to life. This isn't the life for anybody.
All right. And I think you're right. It's extremely dangerous and caters to a lot of criminality, and girls do wind up more than just injured, missing. And that's a total tragedy. All right, Ashley, thank you so much for coming on Watters World, and we are glad you are doing better.
Thank you.
All right.